Alright everybody, welcome back to the shop. I have finally had enough time to get back on this barrel train project and get it finished. I've got a lot of little ones that are super excited about it, and I'm anxious to get it done. In the last video we did, we made these brake light simulators. They'll go on here, and the steering wheel. Now, today I'm going to mount the steering wheel. We're going to, in a few minutes, install the brake light simulators, and we're going to apply the graphic. I had a graphic made for this car to match the rest of the cars. So first things first, I went ahead off camera and marked center on the little dash there. We're going to drill a 1/4 inch hole. Right on that mark. What I have here is a 1/4 20 stainless steel bolt and 3/4 20 washer. I put one washer on the front, slide it through the steering wheel, and then what I found is that 2 washers do a little bit better than 1 washer. They give this thing a little bit of extra slop, if you will, because here in Florida, especially with the humidity, this wood swells when it's humid. And then when we get a dry spell, it dries up and the steering wheel either becomes really tight or really loose. And this just gives a little extra play to take up out of there. So I'm gonna slide that in there. Got a 1/4 20 nylock, stainless steel nylock nut. So that's loose enough that the kids can turn it and it doesn't flop around. What I found is after they pulled on it a little bit and wiggled it around, I had to come back to each one of them and tighten them up just a little bit, not too much. Now that that's done, the next thing we need to do is install a graphic. Putting these graphics on the barrel train takes a large dose of patience, and it takes a little bit of time. I'm going to show you how I put them on and how I lined them up. And I suggest you just take a large glass of patience and drink some before you try it yourself. My kids love tractors, so I themed each one of the barrel train cars after a particular manufacturer of tractor. We have John Deere Industrial, we have Ford tractor, Farmall tractor, and Kubota tractor. So the family put together a vote and we came up with Massey Ferguson tractors for the new car. Now, I just went down to a local sign shop and I had them print the Massey Ferguson name and the Massey Ferguson logo. It may not show up on the camera because it's white, it blends in right now. And I had the local sign shop print me some strips of Massey Ferguson red to go around the barrel train car. Now, if you don't have a local sign shop capable of doing that, I use the Elite Signs and Graphics in Orlando, Florida. You can find them on the internet at elitesignsandgraphics.com. They've done a lot of graphicing for me in the past and have done an excellent job. I highly recommend you use them if you don't have somebody else you can use. I've already off camera put it on one side in the front so you could kind of see how I envisioned them going on. I've left this side here and this side here for us to do. Luckily the barrel has a seam, and that seam is the halfway point. And that seam runs right here. So what I did is I just took a pencil and real lightly just transferred that seam mark because I know that's half of the barrel. And there's also a seam in the front, and I used that to center this red stripe in the front. Then I took this sticker and I drew a line right down the middle of it, measured a line. And I know that if I put that line on this line, I've got it right down the middle of the barrel. Now, I don't know if you've ever dealt with these stickers before, but the way they are is they've got masking tape on one side and the peel back for the sticky material on the other. The nice thing about that masking tape that hangs over all the way around the edge is that we can stick it down and help hold this in place until we're ready to have it in its final spot. The way I'm gonna start this is I'm gonna peel this back just a little bit, but I'm still gonna have enough of my center mark that I'll be able to see it. And I'm gonna have to get down on the ground so that I'm eye level with this. It works a lot better that way. I can see that my middle mark is right there. I'm just gonna tuck this back out of the way and stick it down. Now I can pull this all the way down and line it up with my mark down here at the end. Now the nice thing about these stickers are they can be peeled up and stuck back down if you get it wrong. And these barrels have quite a few contours down their sides. So what I found that works the best is to lightly stick it and then work down the barrel, smoothing out the air bubbles and wrinkles. Now if you have some contours in your barrel that you have a hard time getting the sticker to conform to, don't worry. We're going to use a heat gun in a minute, or a hair dryer if you have one at home, to soften this sticker up. The nice thing about heating it up is it actually kind of activates the glue in the sticker just a little bit and makes it stick to the barrel much, much nicer. So I'm going to take my heat gun. If you don't have a heat gun, you can use a hair dryer on low. I'm going to slowly heat the sticker and then work that sticker down with my thumb. What you'll see happen here is as we heat the sticker, you can actually see the lettering on the barrel start to show through the sticker. You can actually read the gallon marks. This says 50 gallons, 45 gallons. We're activating that glue and helping that sticker find its home. Cautious not to use too much heat because you can overheat these stickers. We got the Massey Ferguson logo, and I've kind of put some marks here. I don't know if the camera will be able to see it real lightly in pencil so that I can take them off. That's my center line, and then I put pencil marks here to give center line and center line. And basically we're going to do the same thing we did before. This is where the masking really comes in handy. It holds all those little sticker pieces together. At the back now of the barrel train car, I don't know if you can see that, but there's a seam right there. And that's a casting seam where they put the two halves together in the mold. And that is dead line through these bung holes here, which means it's dead center. It's the same line that we've used to do the other stripes. So what I've done is drawn a center mark here and a center mark here, and basically we're going to get that lined up, and that's going to be where we start this sticker back here. Here's our brake light simulators that we made. So the way you put these on, they just snap in place. Just like that. Like it. A little while ago we had a party here at the house. And like most married couples with children, we invited married couples with children to play with our children. And when children get together and play, they certainly like to ride in the barrel train. So we hooked that barrel train up and we're taking everyone for a ride, and everyone was laughing and giggling and having a good time riding. And I saw something that broke my heart. We have a friend who has a special needs child. And that child could not participate riding around on the barrel train because that special needs child cannot sit up unassisted. Like most fabricators, when you see a problem like that, you start to engineer a solution for it. You start to figure out how you're going to fix it. And I'll be honest with you, I spent a lot of time laying in bed at night and a lot of time riding up and down the road thinking about how I was going to fix this problem. I thought of frames and fixtures and special seats and slings and straps, and I had to get bigger as the child got bigger so the child could continue to ride in the barrel train car. And then all of a sudden it occurred to me that I was probably making a whole lot more out of this problem than I needed to. The solution was actually a lot simpler than that. About 3 years ago, I built a wagon for my son, Bo. Now he uses his wagon out here on the farm. He hooks it to the back of his little tractor and he hauls it around here picking up sticks and rocks and God knows what. And I said, that wagon's probably about big enough for an adult to sit in and hold a child in their lap. I said, now all I really need to do is figure out a way to couple the back of that car to the wagon. And here's what I came up with. This is a piece of 1¼ inch by 1¼ inch square tube. It's 11 gauge or 8 inch thick. It's 3 inches long. This is a piece of 1 by 1/4 inch flat bar that's 3 inches long. This is the same material in an earlier video we used to make the front hitch on the barrel train car. I overlapped them and welded them together. Before I did that, I came back 1 inch and drilled a 1/2 inch hole, and I came back 1 inch and drilled a 1/2 inch hole. What this allows me to do is to take the final car in the barrel train and slide this on the place where the other car would attach and drop a pin through it and hitch it on. Now the wagon can hitch on here. Now, if you have an actual radial flyer style wagon that has the D handle, the solution is still very simple. Weld one more piece up here on top and drill an additional hole in it. Then this can go between there and the handle can ride right in here. When I figured out the solution to the problem, it occurred to me that I'd actually solved a problem that I didn't even know that I had. The whole reason I started this project was to build an additional car for my newborn son, who's not going to be able to sit up in the barrel train until he's about 1.5 to 2 years old. So now my wife can hold our newborn son in the wagon while his brothers enjoy a ride in the barrel train. I hope you've enjoyed this video series. If you're building this for your kids, your grandkids, family, church organization, family organization, neighborhood organization, get out there, get in your shop, get one built. I've had a lot of fun building it, and I know my kids have had lots and lots of fun riding around on it. And we'll see you real soon. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed what you saw here today. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and like us on Facebook. Please, somewhere down below here is a link. We've got a lot more really cool stuff coming. Is that right, camera guy? Is there a link down there? Send me a comment. I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. Click whatever link, click something. See you soon.